So LB Capital has 8 roofing companies under our umbrella. My role at LB Capital is VP of Operations. So in addition to LB Capital operations, I also handle the operations for all the roofing companies under our umbrella. With LB Capital's structure is build it to sell it. So what we do is take small partners that are doing roughly $1.53 million, and with our SOPs in place, our leadership team, our pricing with our vendors, we're able to take that $1.53 million company and scale it within 16 months to, like, our latest success story was Munns. So in 2023, we did 2 roll-ups at 1.7 million together combined revenue. By the end of 2023, the revenue was 3 million. And then 2024, we were $500,000 short of $25 million. So wow. That's how quickly we scale the companies. And then we sell them to private equity. So we just announced the exit to private equity of Munns, our largest one, just last week. So that was sold to private equity. These brands, when we partner with them, we use Dan Antonelli Kick Charge to brand all of our companies. So the brand becomes new in the marketplace. And with that said, the marketplace isn't familiar with the name. So we rely heavily on lead aggregators. So Angie Ads, Angie Leads, Networks, HomeBuddy, for our leads. And with that being said, we do have an in-house CSR team, but where we found Hatch to be helpful and needed was the speed to lead process. So we vetted between myself and our CEO, Bill Rosell. We vetted a couple different companies, Chirp, Hatch, and we determined based on the portal accessibility, like easily looking at the portal, and for our CSR team to be able to manage it, we felt Hatch was the better solution for our team. That's where we started our relationship with Hatch. Was, again, these are very, new, quick companies. They're not, and we don't have time to build that brand in the community, right? Like we're just trying to grow it really fast. So we have in-house CSRs, but budget only allows so many CSRs. I can't have one 24/7. So utilizing and taking the human error out of the speed to lead process, we utilize Hatch so that when that lead comes in, it's all integrated, and Hatch starts its campaign of the ringless voicemails, the emails and text messages to the customer. Angie Ads, Angie Leads, Networks, HomeBuddy, and then we use like Google My Business, LSA, PPC, Yelp. A lot of our tenants are starting to get on Yelp. So once we had that built out, then we added the additional campaigns, the cancellation campaign, the unsold estimate campaign.
Are you guys doing abandoned call campaigns too Okay, great. I wanted to make sure.
We're utilizing the AI bot for that speed to lead process. And our team loves it. We got really great feedback because the AI bot takes pretty much, while our CSRs are working on their leads, it nurtures that customer all the way pretty much to the finish line, and that the CSR just has to kind of finalize that booking. And so that's been a really great feature, but we utilize all the features of Hatch. It's speed to lead, right? Like if they're up at the kitchen or they're at the bathroom, like it's so important with those lead aggregators, as many of the people in the trades know that usually the first person to get to that lead has the highest success rate. Nothing can beat, like a computerized system or AI to a human. So if they're in a different screen or things like that, Hatch has been able to really contact that customer first, and that's helped us. And then again, keeping consistency of scripts across the board has also been helpful with Hatch.
Yeah, totally. Like, just because like you're using lead aggregators doesn't mean you're going to get those leads because
right.
Going to multiple people. So yeah, it's just bandwidth. Like you said, they're in a different, whether they're in a different room or even not at their screen right then and there to see when a lead comes in, Hatch takes care of that for them. You were saying CSRs, like you can only have so many CSRs, right? So it sounds like you fit the bill of people that want to scale lead volume but don't want to increase headcount. Is that correct?
Right. So CSRs hit your P&L as overhead. So we can have Hatch where it's again after hours during the middle of the night, that lead comes in, it's pinging it and getting it ready and setting it up for the soonest available, either CSR or our sales leaders also get all the Hatch notifications and access to all the portals. So they help in the off time too, that their CSRs aren't on. And that's where really Hatch has filled that gap. So we are huge advocates of Service Titan.
Okay.
So all of our tenants, it's a must that they're on Service Titan. And that's really, Hatch has done well with integrating with Service Titan. So we can see all, and it pins all the notes, has the transcript and everything like that, and shows where the status is of it in Hatch. So we really utilize, only utilize Service Titan with Hatch. I mean, I know that there's huge attribution. So I mean, with my CSR team every day, and the feedback immediately from the AI bot was, this is great, this is helping. As far as the data, we haven't really dived into the data. Definitely our leads have gone up. And again, it's creating efficiency in our CSR departments. They speed the lead when a lead comes in. That's call 3 times, text, and email. But then on downtime, if an incoming call is not coming in or a new lead, they are to go back and rehash those leads until they book. So with that said, where Hatch has also helped our CSR team be efficient, and some of it's not attributional, right? Like you can't attribute efficiency in some aspects. And because we're so fast paced moving, like we don't know, like we're making so many changes, like what one factor, but what I can tell you is that our CSRs now, when they go back to rehash, now they're not rehashing and wasting their time on leads that aren't responsive, because Hatch is in the background working, pinging those leads. And then really we're only focusing on the ones that respond. Then we continue that conversation. So that's where it's helped them made efficient of not continuing to try to ping and customers that aren't responding, because Hatch is doing that for us automatically in the back end.
Yeah, that's been a huge, that's like one of the biggest things is like in the past, you know, you'll have your CSRs or your ISRs just go through a list and call and dial and reach out all day long. And maybe they reach out to like 100 people, but then they interface with 5. But now Hatch is doing that outreach, so they're only interfacing with people who respond. So now it's like all that time is now spent with people who are engaged.
Yep.
Really.
No, because I think, again, we're a tech company. Everything's 100% in Service Titan. So we set that presence very across the board that we're a technology company that utilizes all these things, right? So Service Titan, Hatch, and immediately they saw, hey, this thing's great. It's responding well, and it's booking, helping us book appointments. So, and they're compensated on that. So that helps them too. Perfecting the bot. Like there's things that my rep, Kara, she's great. So I give her like feedback if things come across, because nothing's perfect, right? But AI bots are definitely more perfect than humans, right? And so there are like 2 things, and it's just different job types are picking up. Like someone called in to book a toilet service, but like we're a roofing company, so like just picking up things. But if you can perfect your bot and start that process in the early stages, you'll be ready to go when it's one of the only alternatives, Yeah,
and like being able to set the rules for the bot, like that your bot's not gonna, share inaccurate information or promise something that it can't, because you guys set those rules in the back end. So you have confidence in the way your bot talks to customers.
Right. Yeah, I mean that's what we do, is basically perfect it, and it, like you said, we can customize it. So we only because we're a roofing company, everything's a free estimate. So now we are like, okay, it's the only book job type estimate. So there's things that we're constantly doing to perfect it and make it work how we want it to work.
And then, like you said, I mean, you're in some cases, or in many cases, like the bot can actually do a better job in saying things to customers than your CSRs would. And that's where that consistency comes into play. Like, the bot's going to kind of follow the rules that you set.
Yeah. And bots don't have bad days, right?
Exactly.
Our CSRs have a bad day and they're grumpy on the phone, not that that's expected or allowed, but it happens, right? Life. And the bots don't call out. They don't have bad moods. So.
Yep. Totally. So you bring in companies and basically scale them up so they can be ready for private equity. So now, like, what is the process like? Is it just a part of the standard when you bring in a brand, they get onboarded onto Hatch?
Correct. So our companies all mirror each other. They follow the same procedures, same SOPs, same marketing resources, everything like that. So yeah, it's when a new company comes on board, we have this tremendous checklist Monday board, and it's like, okay, sign up with Hatch, sign up with InDeletes, ads, networks, HomeBuddy. Yeah, so all of our companies mirror each other and follow the same procedure. All the campaigns are set up the same across the board, everything.
You know, a lot of people, they're still hesitant, and understandably so, right? They don't want an AI talking to their customers, but like, you know, that in the back end, you can customize it and there's limitations. So what would you say to somebody that's like worried about an AI talking to their customers in a speed delete capacity?
I mean, that's where the world's going. So if you're not participating in it and working towards going to that, then you're going to be left behind when all your competitors are already on it.